Lane, a PBS Emmy-nominated actress, singer, songwriter, and producer for music, film, and stage, an award-winning director and published author. Parris has performed for audiences around the world, from Carnegie Hall to London, Paris, I think it's Geneva, right? Rome, and Bangkok. Her 4-octave voice leads itself to diverse styles, including gospel, jazz, R&B, pop, classical, and show tunes. She has produced 7 musical CDs, directed and produced an animated musical called Glory Toys, screened at the Breaking Into Hollywood Film Festival, the Kingdomwood Film Festival Showcase, and voted as the audience's favorite at the Christian Film Television Market International Screen Tour. Parris has written 2 children's books, So Many Bugs and Molly the Hippo. Parris has also created, produced, and narrated the Grammy-considered for Best Spoken Word Historical Fiction Music Audiobook, Abella. Parris graduated with a BA degree from Mills College in Oakland, California, and a Master of Fine Arts in Interdisciplinary Arts degree from Goddard College in Washington, Port Townsend, Washington. Next, we have Mr. Lamont Patterson. He's the CEO of World Movement Media. His music has been Ghetto Hippie, Bobby Caldwell, Jeffrey Osborne, Prince, Morris Day. He's acted with the greatest Morris Chestnut, The House of Lies with Don Cheadle, Hit the Floor with Kimberly Elise, Franklin and Bash, The New Girls, Benched, Modern Family, Outlaws, The Last Ship, Criminal Minds, Murder in the First, Agent X with Sharon Stone, Playing House with Kenny Loggins, The Bridget Harris Story, NCIS, Animal Kingdom, Dad Stop Embarrassing Me with Jamie Foxx and David Allen Greer, King Richard with Will Smith, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, House Party, Bel Air, Creed 3, Truth Be Told, Your Honor, Bishop's Birthday, Gutter, The Neighborhood with Cedric the Entertainer, and Snowfall. His music label is Streaming Platform. And then we have Mr. Trey Goodrum. He's the CEO of OnFire Media. Trey Goodrum brings over 25 years of executive management and production experience in the media industry, in finance, production, promotions, merchandising, and asset management. The overseeing of creative, direction, and development for the OnFire networks, Schlep Entertainment in UK, Brazil, China, and Himano, South Korea. Instructed finance, digital broadcast media, interactive transmedia content, live stream development, and international IP marketing, including MCA and Universal, NAACP Image Awards, and propaganda films with Michael Bay and Don Sienna. Clients have included Prince, In Vogue, U2, Nike, VH1, The David Bowie, Augmented Reality Project, YB The Band, Janet and Michael Jackson, and he's written and produced for theatrical events. Trey also earned gold and platinum records awards for music promotions as concert producer and promoter. So this one should be really good, right? Yeah. Not that everybody's wasn't great, but there was some names dropped up here. So we'll first start with, what are you working on any current projects? Ms. Parris will start. Well, I'll start with ladies first.
Always working on current projects, constantly. Right now, I'm in the process of putting together our own streaming platform, where we will stream all of our own music. It's like a boutique. Our music, audiobooks, flip books, film from our different bands that we have. We have a street performance band in San Francisco, and so the guests that perform, people just average Joe coming up, performing, will be showcased on the streaming platform as well. I have written an additional 8 children's books, and so I'm working on that right now. And then, oh my goodness, we go back in the studio next month to record additional originals. We cross different genres because I perform different genres, different personalities. And with my historical fiction music audiobook, Abello, we're in the process of adapting that into a screenplay. So.
Same question. Let me see. My current project, I can't speak a whole lot about it because I had to sign NDAs everywhere, but I just came back from Rome, co-starred in my first horror movie, which was, I can't say how exciting that was, but I've done a lot of other stuff, but it's the first time I got to be in a horror movie. And since this is a Christian-based situation in the church, I can say a little bit about this. My character is the fallen. I was one of the fallen angels. And I was sent here to help save some souls. My character is a homeless transit guy. Nobody really pays me any attention, but they're supposed to because I don't speak to them like in everyday English like we normally speak. I speak to them in scriptures. And if they know nothing about the Bible, they don't get the message. So that's as much as I can tell you about that one right now. But other than that, I am producing several TV shows on our network, which is World Movement Enterprise. We have several comedies, all that good stuff. Let me see what else I'm supposed to say. I should have started the other way around because my background is really in the music industry for about 50 years, leading up to this because everybody want to do TV and film. They come from music, or if they do music, they want to do the opposite direction because nobody do talkies anymore. So that's currently what I'm working on. World Movement Enterprise. You can see everything about our book publishing, our record label, the TV network. My personal acting career, which really don't mean much, but that's kind of like currently what I do. It's all entertainment. You can't really do one without the other. So. Yeah.
What am I working on currently? Always working on my relationship with God and how that can be impactful with other people, the way he sees it. As one of the people behind OnFire Networks, which is a multi-streaming app that I created and designed maybe 10, 11 years ago to help people like the people like all of us who had projects, couldn't get the funding or couldn't get the distribution. That's why it was created. And I just wanted to work with people who had stories to tell or were being impactful and just had the energy to just persevere through whatever they were coming through. That's what OnFire Networks is about. After COVID, as I was speaking to a couple of people here, before COVID, we had 786,000 subscribers. And after COVID, we fell off. So we are redeveloping all the programming, redeveloping all the apps. We are now called a hybrid network because of the infusion of technology and how we need to reach people globally. All of us can't get, $20 million per project. So we have to find ways to partner together and work together and share information. And that's why Valiant and I have been friends for 20-some years. Just based on that. Yeah, just based on that principle. So the Grail I Am, which is a faith-based app and social media platform, we're about to release. Ball and Nation is also something we're about to release. A-List, which is also something we're about to release within the OnFire platform. We have been doing the Feeling Festivals, which is centered out of Brazil. And so I help co-produce those things from Portland. But those involved live music from all over the world, literally from all over the world, and we culminated and we have other music-related events. So that's pretty much all I'm working on. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Are there any projects or anything that people can reach out to you, or can they be involved in helping you, or you are able to provide resources or support for others that are here that may be interested in working with you or learning anything about what business you do?
Yeah, there's several people that I've met already today that I've already voiced wanting to work alongside and support in any way that we can. And it's about conversation. It's absolutely about the process. And I think we were talking about that earlier. So as a brilliant young gentleman brought to my attention earlier today, this is the relaxed environment. Even though we have a love for God, that the religiosity has been pulled back, and we can just be ourselves and say, this is what's been on our heart. That's where I want to help you. I have a platform, Roku, Apple TV, iOS, Android, Samsung, Twitch, and I'm probably forgetting two. So I greenlight everything. There are people that I work with. Nobody works for me.
Also, World Movement, we have an open door policy. We're always looking for creatives. One of our companies is World Movement Publishing. We've been publishing books for people for like 16, 17 years. My record label's been in existence since 1990. I personally currently hold 8 gold records and 4 platinum records. So any creatives, people that have content, like my brother sitting next to me, we're also on Roku and Amazon. I did a licensing deal a couple years ago, so I have like 100 channels that I can make available to content creators that may possibly want their own channel on the network. We can also talk about that. So that's who I am and what I do.
My situation is a little different. So with me, it would be like, for instance, visual artists for the children books, because I do the writing. However, it was one gentleman here that was asking about the ISBN and so forth and so on. If there's anything that you need to know about the business, whether it's writing, music, or film, I know about the business aspect. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Okay, and we're going to open up the floor to some questions from our audience. Yes, Mr. Hayes?
Personally, since I'm a member of SAG, I had an issue with it, especially with the part there where they wanted to use our likeness in perpetuity. I have problems with that. If they wanted to pay me every time somebody would see my image somewhere, love it. But that was one of my issues. But I know, I'm using a lot of AI stuff too in regards to animated cartoon that we're doing. I think it's good in a lot of ways, but then I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say, if you're not computer literate, you better get there in technology nowadays, because it's there, and AI is a very powerful tool, but you got to know how to use it.
I'm a little different here.
That's all right.
There are so many lawsuits happening right now because of people using AI to do music. Any music that is in AI is public domain, right? It's public domain. which means that you cannot copyright it.
Uh-huh.
So, how can I start? I know. I'm like really, there's a thin line because it puts people out of work. And I understand being able to do something faster and maybe even better in a sense, but if you do not want your work to have a human touch to it, because there are certain things that the computer cannot do.
Yeah.
You cannot get chills or thrills from the computer because it isn't spiritual. So I have a lot of issues with it. I had I'm in San Francisco, techie.
Yeah.
And this one guy was bragging about creating 186 songs last year. Oh, what? I wrote 186 songs, blah, blah, blah. He's going on.
Yeah.
And he really felt that he wrote those songs. He really did. And the thing is, what he did was, and I told him, I said, you're not a songwriter. You're a curator of music because that's other people's music. And there are people music that's being stolen right now and put into that database. Just like Elon Musk is going through everything right now and having all of our information, there's a reason for that. Because the more information you have, the more the AI works.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it goes. So I know there are ways that you can use it in a positive way, but we got to be honest about the type of society that we're in right now, especially because of the greed. People are really greedy, and they will take without even thinking anything about it. Right now, they have a software called Moses. With Moses, you can take any piece of music from off of YouTube, put it through Moses, and it'll put it in what we call stem tracks, right? The stems, which mean it can separate the vocals from each instrument part, and they can take those certain parts and put it in another song. So you're stealing from the person that originally created. And so there's some moral issues about it. So there's good and bad, but I took a course when way back last year, the beginning of last year, about AI, and when I saw the cloning, that like turned me off, because you can put anyone's voice to any, got them saying, you have their image, you just need one line of their voice, you sample that voice, you type that information in, they can say anything under that voice, and you assume it's them. Mm-hmm. And who's going to stop it, especially if it goes on YouTube? No one's going to double check it, so that's why you have so much false information out there. So you have to be very, very, very careful. I'm sorry. I'm
sorry. I'm going to try to be quick with this because, like these brilliant people sitting next to me, I was very, very opposed to it at first and the infringement. And I'm old enough to remember when sampling came into music and the musicians that were around me and the problems that they had with it. And I hate to be the bad cop about it. One, the question isn't so much about AI, but it is about computing and processing abilities, because those things are already infiltrating in every single area of your life. Privacy, you may think you have privacy, you no longer. How many of you have downloaded something or opted into something and actually read the terms and conditions? And I know when I created my app, I'll show it later, 2-day process, could read all of it. When you go back to Apple, Google, and some of the other ones, it took me probably 2 days to just read it. And what they put you through for every country that you may go into, is ridiculous. And all the music software companies that she just mentioned, they are all in court because they have scrubbed your websites, your Facebook, your everything and anything that you have spoken into or uploaded. They have scrubbed it. They have that information. They have it. They are using it, and they are trying to do away with IP law, copyrights, trademarks, all of that. So all the bigger companies, they're trying to lower those fences so that you absolutely don't have a claim against what you own or what comes out of even if you are a painter, and you've got your fingers in the paint. Once there's a picture of it, somebody scraped that and they're using it.